Hi, it's Dranka again, your friendly neighborhood transform gamer. So I'm picking up from last night where I did a bit of a push and got my Paladin through to level 60 and started on Paragon. So did a bunch of that with Asmodan leveling and well, it's hardcore. So yeah, I saw one player just wipe in front of Asmodan. The tune was named Wife Swap, so that was kind of cute. And that person's gotta go again. Well, Joan's still alive, and she's kicking some demon rear sides, and we'll keep going. Of course, I have my big beefy and rather hunky looking Barb around too. He's only 45, and we'll need to push him. And for now, I'm mostly focusing my videos on the warrior girl. After all, who doesn't love one? So today's video is going to be just kind of going over the build I'm using right now and just talking through it. Now, as I've sort of said in my other videos, I'm doing this all cold. So I haven't read any guides, I haven't really read about any skill sets, so I'm just like pulling it together. And you can ask, that's a pretty darn silly thing to do, and if you want to push stuff, I kind of agree. Yeah, this isn't, there's lots of other good channels out there that are telling you, how to knock off pit 700 or pit 100 or whichever it is. This is more about having fun, letting the game take you, and then kind of seeing where it goes. And so, what I've been playing right now is what I call, and it's somewhat laughingly, but also not completely jokingly, a basic attack paladin build. And the name comes from this Maxroll website where when the Paladin was initially released, their build guide just had one build guide, and all it said was basic attack paladin. And why the name is apt is paladins are so buff nowadays that literally you can make a paladin with most kinds of builds and it'll still kill a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of what this is. And you can see the gear for the basic paladin this way. So this one's, the power is basic skills. Basic skills. Increase the critical strike chance of your core skills. Here we have after casting 5 basic skills. Now this one's about core skills. Now this is just about life, so it doesn't really tie into the build, and this is the only thing that I've gotten that is actually like with some masterworking done. Everything is still there. Smiting, people who play this know. Now we are starting to use judgment, so here you start to see some judgment. Now the boots have condemn, and I'm not using condemn, so the gear ain't perfect for sure. This is still a leveling build. I haven't even pushed into tier 1 yet, so there's a ways to go. Here's a barrier, great defense, and barrier is actually max for a 750, which is kind of cool. More reinforcement, resolve, more defense. And this is what's kind of running stuff, which is I got this helm, 750, it's also upgraded. And now this says something about judicator skills. So because of this judicator skills and judgment, I put my build around it. So let's look at what the build is doing. So here's the skill tree, and pretty much any kind of basic attack build is just a lot of buff passives combined with some basic attack and a core that we try and max. So here it's using Blessed Shield and some kind of an ultimate. This is a fairly boring thing. You just kind of just go hit, and and then rely on the core and the ultimate to do a bunch of damage. Like a previous version of this, the one I used for leveling, ran Shield Bash. Again, shields, this is hardcore, so you kind of want to keep them safe, combined with Fortress. And then the trick there was that in Fortress, once you had it upgraded, you were able to cast things with no cost. So in Fortress, you can just, yeah, now we can't do this quite. We got this Heaven's Fury, which has a lot of damage. It's like the damage multiplier is like 3,400. So that thing is gonna splatter a whole bunch of stuff, when it goes off. We'll see. It does kind of take a while to go off, so many things die before it goes off. Actually, which is kind of funny. That's because at this level, a lot of things just die fast. And so then there's this, and so it's a mix of resolve and judgment is how this thing works. So you got the basic skill to get me resolve. Resolve keeps things nice and defensive. And then I've got shield charge for more defense. Shield charge rocks, by the way. And the defiance aura is also sweet. So this again gives you more defense, lots of armor, lots of resistance. We've got purify. Now this is a judicator skill, so it judges enemies and sets up the judging. And finally, what do we have in terms of the oaths? Now there, I'm still on the Juggernaut, so it's based on this. And so maybe it might be time to switch to the Judicator just to see how that works. So this Paladin just smacks, so it doesn't really matter which way you play. And one other thing to just show, these are again just things that are happening. Note I don't even have all the gems in, so I'll keep improving the gear as it goes. So we've got yeah, we got a lot of meteors coming down. There's a lot of meteors that come with this, and they do a lot of damage, and so that's kind of nice. And here we got a lot of critical strike. I was earlier running the loom here, which to give more resources, but that's not happening. So we'll just kind of give a quick run just to see what happens. We've got let's just quaff elixir, quaff that, and incense, and just run this. Well, it's not very useful. The point is to just get the nightmare dungeon now, just to get a sense of how it plays. Note I'm barely in the Paragon tree, so there's nothing's glyphed. You know, this is all very simple. Right now I'm just running Penitent, and well, you know, in another video, run through the yeah. So that's so sweet. Just like this sheer movement speed bonus of that thing just rocks. Yeah, we just kind of keep moving, you know. It's the beauty of the Paladin. It's just like you just keep moving. See, that's the Judicator showing up. One of the problems I had last season was my barb was kind of just slow, so it was just a little tedious, honestly, to kill stuff. So I had to find and slay some enemies that doing delayed. It's almost not worth picking up, honestly, at this point. Yeah, lots of those shrines, again, not worth picking up. Notice I'm not even bothering with the ultimate skill. You know, I can now just use it just for fun. There you go. See, yeah, thing just kills it even before the thing fully expands. That's just how smackadoodle that thing is. So, things just die. We've got something for Final Judgment. We just kind of keep running. Okay, let's see. It says I'm not a, you know, certainly not a pro player right now, so stuff just happens. But I probably shouldn't have. Oh, not particularly interested. Just to speed things up. Okay. Well, just a lot of. Okay, that's there. This is just slightly frustrating. I need to find apparently 2 more of these things. Then go back to that spot. Pick up the gems. Which I do find a little tedious. That's one thing about the setup I don't like, is having to just do the picking up of the gems. Okay, I don't think this needs to just get speed bump. Who knows what exactly all of them do, but it's doing 50k damage. Barely any really solid gear. Yep, Paladin's fairly OP, basically. Yeah, there we go! Oh, and another nice Paragon just. And this Imperial Shield, might as well pick that up. Whale crystals, that's gonna be fun. I think one of the problems is with this expansion is just gonna be how Sanctify is gonna work. It's supposed to be the last step, but in order to Sanctify, you're gonna need like all kinds of gear, all kinds of resources to maximize your stuff. Well, that's gonna be... Okay, let's splat this fella. There we go. That's a good old dead. Getting dead even. So now we got to run and find the other place. More things are dying. That's where they should be. That charges. That was just those things killed. The barrier has been dispelled, but like, where is that barrier actually? Okay, now I know just this one. Stop going around in circles. There we go. Let's pick up the yellow item and the topaz. There we go. Oh, nice. One of the things to be careful of is that these things do damage. So I mean, I was playing with a Clanny, and unfortunately, Paladin didn't really update his gear after doing a bunch of leveling, and then at level 40 went into the Helltides, and Duriel's minions took him out. It's kind of sad. That happens. Okay, so that's sweet. That's Paragon 15, and as you can see, it's just smooth, easy playing. Just basic attack, core attack, rush, and ultimate. Have fun. Gonna end this video now. Thanks a lot for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. Be lovely to have more people around, and it's about a girl's life, having fun, killing demons. Please join me, and goodbye.